Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia Ebere, back with another video. In this video, as you see in the title, we're going to talk about if I believe it was worth it for me to do 1 year of no heat on my natural 4C hair. So before we get this video started, go ahead and like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. So let's start. A pro of 1 year of no heat for me was definitely, as you guys can see too, like right now my hair is heat styled. I flat ironed it. So when I first decided to do the 1 year of no heat, it was basically because I was just kind of like, my hair I think at that point was like waist length, but it was really thin and it just wasn't healthy. Like it was just so thin, and at that point it just wasn't really curling up anymore. It was curling up, but it was basically like wavy instead of kinky, and I was just like, I don't know, I wasn't happy with it because I felt like if I didn't have the versatility of having natural hair, you know? If I wanted to wear my hair curly, I really couldn't because it just like wasn't versatile anymore. So I decided kind of on a whim to just like after graduation to not put any heat on my hair, and that's what I did. So definitely the first pro was that I learned how to do my natural hair. It was definitely a trial and error situation. I had a lot more error and like failures than I did triumphs, but oh my god, like ooh, it was honestly miserable at first, but definitely I did learn how to do my natural hair. I learned what my natural hair likes, what my natural hair doesn't like. I don't know, I think personally, like obviously I'm speaking personally, but for me, I think that was one of the best things because up until then I didn't really know how to do my natural hair. I saw my natural hair as more of a burden than anything, and that's a terrible, like, you know, attitude to have, especially about something that like grows from your freaking head, like something that's natural to you. Just like having to learn how to do my hair was definitely a plus and a pro. Con. So the first con that just comes right to my head was single strand knots. Single strand knots, fairy knots, whatever you want to call them. I hate them. They're miserable. They're angry. They don't like their life. They just want to mess up my life. Like those things are just like the bane of my existence. Even now, like with my hair straight, I still have a few that I've been like cutting off because they're just there and they're not going to go away unless you cut them off. So those things, and like those things really only come out if you are completely like, you know, if you are for type 4 hair, especially 4C, and your hair is dry or like prone to being dry, like low porosity like mine. You're gonna get more single strand knots than you know what to do with. So really the only way to keep them from happening is to keep your hair stretched in any way, whether that's like just keeping it stretched naturally, like, you know, braid outs or whatever constantly, or you're keeping it stretched like by straightening it, which is still natural because unless you're putting a chemical in it, your hair is still like your natural hair. It's just like, you know, damaged natural hair. But like up until then I had been straightening my hair all the time, so I didn't have to ever deal with single strand knots. And then all of a sudden, like I had this complete like, I was just honestly like inundated by a whole bunch of single strand knots, and I didn't know what to do with them, and they really bothered me and they upset me. And the thing about them is that you don't notice them that much when your hair is like in its natural state. You can barely see them, to be honest. But then like after my 1 year of no heat, I finally blow dried my hair to give myself some braids, and there were so many single strand knots. I think I cried actually. Like I remember just like sitting, I got so tired, I was sitting in the bathroom, I just started crying. Like I was just like so tired because I just felt like all the hard work I did was just pointless because there were all these knots in the middle of my hair shaft and I just had to cut it, and it was just, it just really bothered me. So that's definitely a thing, and that is definitely the reason why I will from now on put heat in my hair at least twice a year. And that for me will just be a better way for me to just like blow dry. I might not even flat iron that much, to be honest. Okay, maybe twice a year is a little too less. Let's go with 4 times a year right now, and then we'll see. Like the thing is, flat ironing hair is miserable and it takes forever, especially if you have like long or thick 4C hair. It takes forever. It's just like, oh, I don't feel like doing this. I'd rather just like, you know, put my hair in a twist out and call it a day and not have to do this. So it's time consuming. So like I would rather just not do that. But it definitely, for me, it helps my hair just like not have single strand knots. And I know, like I remember, like if you guys remember Long Hair Don't Care, may she rest in peace, she did that. And I like honestly I think her hair was actually heat trained, to be honest, and somehow she was able to hold on to length and thickness with heat trained hair. I don't know what she was doing, way more stuff that I'm ever going to be willing to do, but she definitely had heat trained hair and she didn't have single strand knots like I had. So I don't know, I honestly feel like keeping your hair stretched is really the only way to keep single strand knots away. Like I don't really know if there's another way. If there's another way, let me know in the comments because I would like to hear it. Like that's definitely a con. The next pro of my 1 year heat challenge was thickness. So even like with my hair, you know, straightened right now, or like mini straightened, I have so much thickness. And that was like the main reason I did to begin with, was because I lost a lot of thick. I can take it out the, I don't feel like taking it out, but you guys will see it in the flat iron video. It's like so much thicker now, so much fuller. I love it so much, and that was like the main reason. I will take thickness over length any day. That's just me. At the end of the day, if you want more length, you can always just like add, you know, length with clip-ins or whatever. But there's just something so nice about having like your own hair be thick and full. And obviously, like, some people are born with more hair strands than others, but I've always noticed with me, the more I straighten my hair becomes less and less thick and less full. That's just how my hair is. If it gets damaged, like, what I'll lose first is not length. What I'll lose first is my thickness. That's always just how my hair has been. And so yeah, from now on, I won't be doing, you know, flat ironing a week or every 2 weeks or something. Maybe if my hair gets back to like waist length or past that. I don't see myself going past waist length. That's just like asking for a lot of work to do. I don't see myself flat ironing my hair that much now. I've learned my lesson from the past, and I will not be doing it. Now, I feel like also you should be able to do whatever you want with your hair. It's your hair on your head. So if you are someone who wants to flat iron once a month or once every 2 months, like, go ahead. You don't have to listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't have your hair. I know what works for me and what doesn't work for me. I know that heat works for me to an extent at this point. I know that for sure now. Heat is okay for my hair, but only to a certain extent. So yeah. And a con, it's like the misery, the tangles, the sadness, the time, the lack of styles that I could do. It's just like, I feel like all those kind of like go together. It's just that, like, I felt like I was stuck in a style, like, and I'm like a very lazy natural. I don't like to spend a lot of time on hair. Like, I just find that to be so annoying. I don't know, like, I know people who are willing to spend hours and hours and hours on their hair every day. That is just not me. Like, I want to be able to live my life and do other things, whether that means just lying around and not doing anything. To me, that's great. I'd rather be doing that than like just doing my hair all the time. Like, I just don't care to do my hair. So like, when I was completely just doing my 1 year of no heat, when I wasn't doing anything but just like air drying all the time, I was doing like just half up, half down styles. Like, that was it. That was my whole thing. I just didn't have the time, the patience. I didn't care. Like, I was doing my program. I just did not have the I just didn't want to do my hair. And then like, it was tangled. It was annoying. I had 2 different textures going on. It was just a lot. Like, I don't know. If you want to do it 1 year of no heat, like, you might as well just cut your hair to begin with. Or actually don't cut your hair, because your hair might not react like mine. My hair always just, my hair is something else. It has a whole mind of its own, and if it doesn't like something, or if you introduce it to something new, it's like, excuse me, like, did I sign up for this? Did I ask for this? You brought this to me and I didn't even sign off on it. And it just like, it revolts. It's like a teenager. My hair is like a teenager going through puberty, having a hard time with life. And it's just like, oh, you want to introduce me to a new school when I'm in the 12th grade? All right, mom, I'm gonna fall off. That's basically my hair. My last pro of doing a 1 year no heat. This is like the last thing. So basically, this is gonna like encompass everything. My conclusion, right, is that, do I think it was good? Yes. I think it was a great idea. I think it was one of the best things I ever did for my hair. It taught me a lot. My hair is just way healthier than it's ever been, in my opinion. I don't know. I just feel like I learned a lot from this. I honestly feel like that's the #1 thing. I learned so much from this. I know there's people who have been natural and never put heat in their hair, so they're like, what you talking about, girl? This is my everyday. But for me, who was someone who was like flat ironing all the time, this was not, or wearing sew-ins all the time, this was not my everyday. So for me, it was a huge learning experience. It was definitely something that I will be able to hold on to now. Like, I know what my hair likes. I know what my hair doesn't like. I don't know. I just think it was a great experience. It was a great time. Even with all the bad stuff and all, I think it was a great thing to do. If you have never done a 1 year of no heat, definitely don't go into it like thinking that it's just gonna, you're just gonna be like, it's gonna be so easy, unless you have like really, really, really loose, like, you know, 1A hair or something. Girl, one time I saw a freaking 1A girl on YouTube talking about something. This is how I flat iron my hair to get the best straight look. Mind you, her hair is like 1, so it like already comes out straight. And then she's like, I just like run the flat iron on like, you know, 80 degrees down the shaft. And I was just like, unless you have like a certain type of hair, like, it's hard to go a complete year with no manipulation. And another thing, right? if you plan on doing a year of no heat, know that you're not going to be manipulating your hair. So just kind of like be prepared for things like single strand. Like honestly, plan for that. Like plan if you're okay with having them and you don't care. Like let's say you never plan on putting heat on your hair, right? Your hair will always be in this curly form, and even if like you have single strand knots, they won't really be visible. You won't be able to feel them as much. Like you will, because you'll feel the ends and they might be a little rough, especially if you have a lot of them. But you won't be able to feel them that much because your hair is constantly in its kinky natural state. Yeah. Single strand knots are the bane of my existence, and I will do anything I can to keep them at, you know, the lowest number that I can, because I hate them. I don't think they belong on this world. I don't think they belong on this earth. I don't think they belong on my head. I don't think they belong in my vicinity. I don't want to see them. I don't want to smell them. I don't want to look at them. I don't want them to exist. I want them to die, but clearly they won't. They keep coming back, so yeah. So that was the video, you guys. I hope that helped you, and if you decide to do a 1 year of no heat or 6 months, I think start with 6 months, honestly, especially if you're someone who heat trains or someone who like has been heat styling for a long time. Definitely start with 6 months. Don't do the whole year, because you're gonna lose, as much as you care about length, you're gonna lose length. Like that's just gonna happen. If you're 4C, you have like waist length hair, and then you're like, I'm gonna, you know, snap my hair back into shape a year of no heat, you're gonna lose hair. Like it's just gonna happen. It's basically, imagine yourself going natural again. That's kind of what it's gonna be like. Give your hair time to get used to change. That is definitely something I learned. So for the next year or so, I'll probably heat like style my hair once every 4 months, depending on how I feel. I might literally get to the 4-month mark and just be like, you know, I don't really feel like it. I'm too lazy. But we'll see, you know? So yeah, guys, that was the video. Please, if you haven't already, go ahead and like it and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!